halfway through August, and Brantford is still struggling to find its footing. Sales are slow, buyers are picky, and the story looks a lot different depending on what price point we look at. So far, we've seen 56 sales in the first 17 days. If I do some math here, that pace puts us on track for another sub 100 sales month, which has basically become the new normal this year. Let's take a look at the numbers a little more closely to try to tell a story about what's going on. These charts I've created show every single home that's sold so far in August. The sold price is along the bottom, and the total amount of time on the market is up the side. First, as we look at this by price point, you can see that over a third of all sales were under $500,000, but nothing sold under $300,000. So this window from about 300 grand to 500 grand is the entry point and a very active segment of the market. The biggest chunk of the market in Brantford is the next price bracket up, 500,000 to 700,000. That represents over 43% of all the sales that are happening in August right now. And things start to slow down pretty quickly once we get over $700,000. The next price bracket from 700,000 to 900,000 represents only 16% of the sales. And when we go over 900,000, you only see 4 dots on the screen. That's 4 homes sold over $900,000, and only one of them broke the $1 million mark. Now, we can look at this same data differently by analyzing the days on market. And what you can see here is the new listings on the market are getting the most attention. And I'm talking about actual new listings, not homes that have been taken off the market and relisted. You see 36% of the sales are happening in just under 30 days on market. That's a very fast-paced market still. Another 25% of the sales are happening in the second month on market between 30 and 60 days, and then another 23% between 60 and 90. And then that's where the market really slows down. We can see that over 90 days on market only represents 16% of all the sales happening. And you don't see a lot of dots very high up on this chart. What this data tells me is that there's not just one Brantford market happening right now. There are really multiple different markets happening in the same city at the same time. There's different buyer pools, there's different price points, and these markets are moving at very different speeds. If you're at all curious about how this affects your plans about buying, selling, or investing here in Brantford, I'd be happy to walk you through exactly where you fit in to this scenario. Thanks for watching this mini market update. I'll link the full market update for August right here. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. All my contact information is right below. We can get you moving.